with BeLive and with me. Okay, hello and welcome to today's broadcast. I'm going to stop sharing. Now, if at any point during this broadcast I freeze, then please do let me know. Live today on the Live Video Hub and on YouTube and of course in the Live Video Sales Group. And we're talking today about Amazon and something that sort of came to me overnight in terms of strategy, and that's a product strategy. Basically, when we start going on Amazon Live, we have to have 75%. That's got to be the products that we own, which is reasonable enough because you've got a camera, you've got a microphone, and you've got a mouse, you've got a keyboard, you've got a monitor. Okay, so straight away, you've got things you can actually show on Amazon Live. We say good morning to Corinda. When you show your show card, it goes blue screen. Let's try again, Corinda. That's what I was looking for. Okay, I'm going to screen share. Okay, let's get the gremlins out of the way. And if I go share, and you can help me with this, Corinda. I'm going to bring that up on screen and take that off full screen. Can you see the show card? Oh, good morning, Ed. Morning, nice to see you. Can you see the live video sales card next to me? That's just a question. I mean, basically, I'm doing some debugging for the show that I'm doing later today on Amazon. And if you can see the live video sales card next to me, then please do say. All right, and Corinda's saying now it works. Okay, one lesson learned. That should have worked at the beginning. Okay, so basically the first decision is what you sell. And over to Corinda again. And Corinda's saying, yes, it was blue screen. Yes, I know why now. Okay, because occasionally I need to do that. You can't see what I'm doing, but it is showing the blue screen. What I expect to happen, and that's resolved a problem. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll know at 2 o'clock this afternoon what is actually going to happen. So I'm going to go full screen, and then I'm going to go off full screen, and we should still have the card next to me. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I think we're making progress. I'm not sure what's going on. And over to Corinda. Yep, and Corinda's saying it's working. Thank you, Corinda. Okay, so what do we sell? Well, basically, if I stop sharing that and I go and share a tab, and I'm going to share a Chrome tab. Now, if you can't see this Chrome tab in a minute, okay, can you please let me know? I'm going to go and I'm going to bring that in, and you should now be seeing a Chrome tab. And if I go that way around, you've got a better view of it. And I'm going to shrink myself. Okay, and hopefully this has worked fine. I'm going to shrink myself so that I'm not taking up the whole screen. Okay. Right, okay, and you can see it. Good. Well, that's good. Okay. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying not to freeze, and I'm trying to keep it simple today. I think I was getting too complicated, so I'm stepping back and I'm just going to share one screen at a time because that's what other systems do. So do a screen share, stop the screen share, do a screen share, stop the screen share, rather than having 2 or 3 screen shares going at the same time. It doesn't work as well as it should. Okay, now this is my broadcast from yesterday, and as you can see underneath, I've got items in the carousel. I've got Logitech camera, the C920, which is one of the best-selling cameras. I've got my home gimbal. I've got my Fitbit, and all the items I was talking about, I actually put to the top of the list, and those are the items that I talked about yesterday. But in the rest of the list, yeah, I have got items that I own, or I know who owns them. Otherwise, they could be Angelicas as well. Okay. So that carousel has come from things that I actually use on a daily basis, which means that I can actually talk about them knowledgeably because I'm actually using them every day. Okay, and over to Corinda. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to correct, Corinda. Okay, so thank you for that. Corinda saying, I couldn't see the Fitbit yesterday, was frozen. Yes, I had lots of fun yesterday. I'm doing the show today and I'm going to keep it simple, and we'll see what happens then when I do a simplified broadcast. And that's basically part of what I'm doing this morning too, is to actually make sure that each element works as it should do. Okay, because you've got to test before you go live, and this is my test. I won't, once we've got this sorted, I won't change anything for this afternoon's broadcast. Okay, so you think to yourself, well, I've got the items in the carousel. Where do I get more items from? Again, I'm going to come back full screen. Obviously, I hope I've not frozen. Obviously, you can actually buy additional items yourself, but also if you are seen on Amazon Live, then you'll be approached and be approached by manufacturers from around the globe, and you have to decide whether you want to promote their products on your live broadcast. Now, it's a free choice. You can either do it or not. There's nobody says you've got to. And it's a lot easier if they approach you. If you notice, and I'll come on to this later in the week, if you notice you're actually selling a lot of something, because Amazon gives you all the stats to say what's been sold in the 24 hours after your show, then you can approach companies. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, now it's gone up. Hang on. All right, okay, let's wind back. I had 111 video views on Amazon Live Creator. Brilliant. And then it's now 204. Brilliant. Okay. Good news. And you did 150 minutes in total. Right, you're heading the right way. The more you broadcast, then the better known you get. And it's a process where you just got to keep on going. And the more you broadcast, the longer you broadcast for, the better. The first 10 minutes of any broadcast on Amazon Live, nobody will see you. Okay, they tend to find you after 10 minutes. So you've got to go for at least 10 minutes before anybody sees you, which is a bit similar to Facebook and YouTube. And then you've got to continue to broadcast, and you've got to try and broadcast for over an hour. Okay. And next comment from Corinda, yes. Okay. Right. So I'm hoping that everything's working. So you've got your own products. You can actually better to be approached, I think, because if people have seen you doing an Amazon Live, then they're more likely to actually want you. So you already pre-qualified yourself by the fact that you've actually been live. They've seen it and liked it, and they're approaching you to sell their product. Now, we are in a situation where Amazon Live is prime territory for marketing. Okay, it's probably the best marketing place globally. And therefore, we are in position as hosts and producers of a show to actually charge people for showing their products. This is in addition to the Amazon Affiliate Commission. You can actually charge people for displaying their products on your show. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, well, I don't think we'll ever get Amazon Live Creator on desktop, Corinda. It's mobile device. It's on iOS and iPad at the moment, so it's on an iPhone and iPad at the moment. It will later this year be on Android as well, but I don't think it needs to be a desktop app. But who knows? I mean, I don't know what's going on with the people who are actually behind this at Amazon. They obviously have great plans for it. Okay. Where was I? Does anybody know where I was? Oh yeah, we're in a position to actually charge people for showing their products on screen. And basically, I don't have a set of rates yet. I'll do a bit of research and see if I can find out what people are actually charging. Great resource for this is the Amazon Live Creators Group on Facebook. That's the place to see and be seen and to find out what's going on. Great team behind there. The people who actually run the Facebook group are independent of Amazon, but have been broadcasting on Amazon for the last 12 to 15 months. I'll post a link to the group at the end of this broadcast. Okay, right. So if I go back to sharing my screen again. Okay, so this is my show from yesterday. And this is my show, scrolling down, that's going to be on this afternoon. I'm going to scroll back up again. So remember yesterday we talked about the show card and about having a logo on it and about having what the show's about. So anybody seeing this card anywhere would know it's about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video and Fitbits. And the graphics, this is designed on Canva. The graphics show that this is live on air and it's all about sound and music. Well, not necessarily music, and it's got me in it and it's got BeLive in it. Okay. But if we go back to the beginning of the carousel for today, you'll see it's slightly different. If I go over here, we've got my Logitech Brio camera and I don't want to press that button. Hopefully I'm still live. And we've got the Audio Technica microphone. But I've got two new entrants. I've got the Oberspot Tiny PTZ webcam and an Elgato Wave 3 microphone. I'm going to be talking about the two products in the broadcast today. That's the Oberspot. Now, the Oberspot is a wonderful little camera which came out last year and was supported with an Indiegogo campaign. And basically, it's a camera which can track your movements, which means it's great for demonstrations and for moving about. And I ordered my Oberspot about an hour ago, and it'll be with me tomorrow, and it will appear on the show with Nick next Monday. So I'll be showing the Oberspot, which is an awesome piece of kit, and I should be talking about it. I've watched several reviews of it, and it's come out very well. And the other thing is, in the carousel, is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to deciding what to actually sell, Amazon can help you with this. If I go to the search bar and I search best-selling microphones, okay, and I'm going to put the BEST in front. Then what we're given in a second is Amazon is telling us what the best-selling microphones are on Amazon. Now, we can refine that by going to $100 to $200, okay, and that will reduce it somewhat. But these are the microphones which are the best-selling ones on Amazon. Okay, now some of the karaoke microphones. Now, there is there is a point here. We're now looking at the best-selling microphones on Amazon.com. And the thing that occurred to me overnight was, what are most people looking at? They're looking at the best-selling cameras and the best-selling microphones on Amazon. If you're looking for a camera, then you go to, well, let's stick with microphones. You go to best-selling microphones. You then put in your price range, and you then say 4 stars or above. Okay, and that will give you the best-selling microphones. Now, we as Amazon insiders, this is golden, because it means that this is the first page. And if we pick, excuse me a moment, hopefully it's not disappeared. You know, when you're looking for something, there's the Audio Technica. So Audio Technica is a brand that's doing well on Amazon. And there's another Audio Technica, and the Shure, and then a bestseller. And what I'm trying to come down is, when I looked at this earlier, it probably won't work now. When I looked at this earlier, the Elgato Wave 3, let's say all prices. Okay, because I'm actually looking for something. I'm trying to make a point here, and if it doesn't appear, then I can't make my point. So let me scroll down a moment. And unless it's changed drastically, as we scroll through the best-selling microphones, I've lost my point. Oh dear. Let's go to the next page. Ideally, you want to be selling, I'm going to go with the general point. Ideally, you want to be selling a microphone that appears on the first page of, I think there's the lapel microphone that I actually talk about, but hopefully coming down, and we've gone into the lapel microphones. I've taken a wrong turn here. Let's just go again, and we'll just search for best-selling microphones again. I'm determined to actually get this right, because it's a major point of today's broadcast. My general point is this, that if you pick the best-selling microphone to sell, then people are actually going to be looking for it. So in other words, if you have in your carousel one of the best-selling items, then it is likely, more than likely, and I'm going to come down here, if you have one of the best-selling microphones in your carousel, then it is likely when you actually show it on page, on your broadcast, your video will appear on that page. And this is what it's all about. This is where we get our viewers from. It's not from selling what we want. It's from selling what people want to buy. And what people want to buy are the top selling items. So the more top selling items that we can actually have in our carousel, the more people will see us. That was the eureka moment yesterday. And say hello to and welcome again. I'm not quite sure. I know you joined us yesterday. Thank you for joining us again today. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. If you're posting a URL, then please don't, because we're not going to click any links. That's for sure. Okay, so I will have a chat with you after this broadcast. Right, that is why I did I did this morning, look at the top selling microphones, top selling cameras. I've picked the Elgato Wave 3 to be in my carousel because it is a top selling microphone. And by the end of the month, I will have one. Yeah. So I'm going to take the Elgato Wave 3. Now, I already know why I want the Elgato Wave 3. I was listening to it on a broadcast I did back in December, and I was so impressed by the quality of the microphone. One of my guests had that very microphone, the Elgato Wave 3, and I thought the sound was brilliant. But when he said that you got a mixer included within the microphone, then I thought that is absolutely brilliant, because, as many of you know, I broadcast on mixcloud.com. I broadcast music, and the music comes from my desktop, and that means I can use OBS to go live on Mixcloud. But with the Elgato Wave, I could actually go live from BeLive, which would be bliss. Yeah, to be playing music on my desktop into the BeLive studio, through the microphone, out to Mixcloud. So that's my reason for actually getting the Elgato Wave, apart from the fact the Elgato Wave 3 is one of the top selling microphones. So when I show the Elgato Wave 3 on my live broadcast, there's a good chance that many people will actually be on that page. Now I'm going to test this theory. I'm going to be showing OBSBot and the Elgato Wave 3 in my live shows, and let's see what happens. I mean, I already sell a lot of Logitech cameras. When I say sell, I mean that loosely. It means that people buy Logitech cameras after watching my show. They also buy a lot of Fitbits after watching the show. So let's see if we can persuade people to buy a lot of OBSBots. Can't stop saying OBSbots cameras. I'm quite looking forward to it, because it's a tracking camera. The theory, and I've seen the demonstrations. The theory is that the camera actually tracks your movements. Okay, so I can't do this now, but I'm just going to show you. I could, with the OBSBot camera, stand up. I've ruined the screen. But what would happen is, quite simply, the camera would just follow my face. Yeah. So as I stand up, the camera stands up too, so that I can walk around. And let's just get rid of that. With the OBSBot camera, I can walk around the studio and I can do a demonstration. Yeah, I'm just going to close that down and see if that does any improvement at all. Okay, so again, we're checking. So I can walk around and I can actually demonstrate. So from one camera, I've got a camera where I can sit in front of the screen, but I've also got a camera which will track me when doing demonstrations. So if I want to talk about, I'll give you a very good instance. If I want to talk about this now, I've got a problem, because I can show you that. What I can't show you is all 5'6" of it. Yeah. Whereas with the OBSBot camera, I can. So I'll be able to walk around the room and talk about things as I do, and the camera will follow me. I'm quite looking forward to that. It arrives tomorrow, so it's going to be, well, it's going to be a great weekend anyway, but with the new camera, it's going to be awesome. I'm just going to give you a little flavor of the camera, because I can do this. I couldn't do this live, but I can do this as I'm not live on Amazon. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about. Okay, and we're going to go there, and there we have it. Okay, and I'm going to share screen again, and see, the camera would have followed my face then. So this is, and that's not it. Just a minute. That's another device. Okay, we'll get there. Right, this is the OBSBot camera. So if you know what I'm talking about, it doesn't look like any other camera you've ever seen. It's got a gimbal at the bottom, which allows it to go sideways both directions. It can go up and down, and it can track your face, and it locks into your face. And as you move, it moves, which means it's great for demonstrations. It's great for teaching. It's great for whiteboard work. It's got a lot of applications. And there is a new version out, but I thought I'd go with the version everybody's buying, which is this one. And over to say hello. And over to Ken. Can you make a video live on Twitch with BeLive? Very confusing. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back to me. Yes, you can, Ken. Basically, you go into the Twitter studio and you create a broadcast, and that will give you the two pieces of information you need. It will give you the URL, and it will give you the key. You take those two pieces of information, you come into your BeLive studio, you go for RTMP, you add the URL, you add the key, and when you go live, you will go live on Twitter. That's it. The URL and the key are static, so you just need to put it in a Word document somewhere so that you've got it. And every time you want to go live on Twitter, you just use that URL and that key to get that information. Just go and, well, I'll put a video together, Ken. I'll put a video for later this week. Probably do it over the weekend. I'll do a short video about going live on Twitter. I mean, it is simple and straightforward, but it's one of those things that if you know it, it's easy. If you don't, then it's difficult. I know, I appreciate that. Okay, so I will do that. Okay, but back to my wonderful new camera and Corinda. I'm going to scroll down, and Corinda's saying something which is going to appear on screen. Oh, Ken's saying thank you. Thank you, Ken. You're most welcome. Okay, I'll put a short video together. Step-by-step guide of BeLive. I'm actually doing a BeLive video this weekend. Is basically it's the BeLive selling and marketing machine, which is what I'm using today, and why BeLive scores over other systems in terms of selling and marketing. I couldn't do what I do on Amazon Live if it wasn't for BeLive. I couldn't use any other system and get the same results because they just don't have the facilities that BeLive does. So I'll be highlighting those, and at the same time I'll do, as I'll have the setup, if you know what I mean, I'll do a video all about BeLive to Twitter. Okay, so in summary, if you are a marketer, then what you've got to try and do on Amazon Live is to find products which you would like to have, but which you know people are actually looking at. And the products people are looking at are the best-selling items on Amazon.com. So you search box and you say top-selling or best-selling cameras, and it will give you the best-selling cameras. And then you can say, okay, do it between $100 and $200. Yeah. That's the cameras that people are buying. Now, I'm very fortunate that the Brio is in there, so is the C920. So I've already got two cameras which are best sellers. Okay. I'll have another one when I get the Obspot. And then in terms of microphones, I've already got the Audio Technicas, which is a good selling microphone. I will get even more people watching my live broadcast as soon as I feature the Elgato Wave 3. Okay, in fact, I'll show you that if I go here. Let's just finish on this note, because this is my next purchase. So I'm just keying in Elgato Wave 3. And there it is. So I'm going to switch this off, and This is one of the top selling microphones on Amazon.com. It's the Elgato Wave 3, and it's going to be added to my studio. One, I want to use it for my own use. That's going to be, you don't buy anything you don't want to use. And this because I'm going to use it on Mixcloud, as I said, and it opens up all sorts of possibilities if I can use desktop sound in a BeLive broadcast. Think about it. Sound effects, a whole range of things are possible if it's coming through the microphone. So, right. So I've got my own personal reasons for having this, but this is one of the best-selling microphones on Amazon.com, and it means that when I talk about this microphone on Amazon.com, that anybody who's actually looking at the item and scrolling down and gets the details, as I scroll down, you can see videos, but those are pre-recorded videos. My video will appear on this page when I am live, okay? And it will appear just above the reviews. So my video will go under product guides and documents, and people will be able to watch a live broadcast and ask questions about the Elgato whilst I'm live, which means that I've timed the Elgato to arrive so that I can actually use it and get used to it over the weekend. So that I haven't done that yet. On Monday, I'm talking about the Obspot, not get too carried away. Okay. Right. I think that everything I did during this live broadcast worked, and I've learned something. And thank you, Corinda, and I wish you well this afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for actually watching live. If you're watching the replay, thank you. If you have any questions about live selling, then please do ask. Nick Wood and I are in the group to answer your questions. So is Adair Palmer. And if we don't know the answer, we know where to find the answer. So thank you for watching today. Take care, everybody. I'll see you again soon. So goodbye to everybody in Live Video Sales Group. Goodbye to everybody watching on the Live Video Hub. And goodbye to everybody watching on YouTube. And I'll tell you something about BeLive and Amazon Live tomorrow. So I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 11:30 in the UK, 6:30 Eastern, and we'll talk about another aspect of live selling. Thanks for watching today. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.